Hey everyone, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to Union Cross. Got a couple things to talk about in this video. Something that happened on the 15th, the gem boards, and the story quest update. I'm going to touch on that in a second. And then we're going to talk about the EX medals that just dropped. The older EX medals that just dropped. And some future medals that are going to be their competition that I really think is going to make a big difference when choosing to pull or not to pull from this banner. Especially if you're new. So, let's jump into this, guys. First thing, like I said, we're going to go into others. I'm going to check that notice from the other day. We only got like 5 story quests, which is okay. Don't look at the screen. That's kind of, I guess you guys can see it in the game. It's spoilers. My channel's always spoilers. It's just how I run it now. But either way, there is spoilers in this video. We're going to look at the future medals that are coming out just to give you guys a heads up just in case. But we only got 5 new story quests. Maybe every week they'll add 5 story quests since they gave so little. So maybe we'll get 5 a week, which is pretty cool. I hope they do something like that. We'll see. For now, 5 quests. I think there's like 700 jewels or 750 jewels, which is nice. I want to see a lot more. The story, I want to get through the story as much as I can. JP's a little bit ahead of us, so we do have plenty of story to go through, and I can't wait to see the rest of it. That was there. A lot of people were kind of upset about it, but again, we don't know what they're planning. 5 is very little. They usually give 15. We'll see what they continue to do throughout the month and throughout especially anniversary. That's coming up in April, guys. So again, another thing here is gem boards. You guys know how I feel about gem boards. They're like the best bang for the buck when it comes to gems. If you guys want gems and you want to upgrade your keyblades, this is the way to go. But remember, you don't need every keyblade maxed out. Just focus on the keyblade. That is your best one. In this case, a lot of people are focusing on fairy stars because of all the medals that came for it. The best AoE medals in the game currently all fit on the fairy star, which is these guys right here. They fit perfectly. Pet slot, 3rd slot, 5th slot, and they all have the highest multiplier in the game currently, 13.80. That's for the best AoE. But like I said, you don't need to upgrade every keyblade. Just go by what's your best or what you're planning to go for in future medals. So don't go crazy. You don't have to buy every single one. That's kind of expensive. That's 6,000 jewels. Just be careful. But this does come with 8 magic mirrors and 3 magic brooms, which is pretty cool. If you buy 2 of these boards, you have yourself 1 Fantasia Make It Be and an extra broom to the side. Plus, if you guys don't have Second Chance 3 yet, I really highly recommend that you get Second Chance on your buffing medal. That's going to change your game greatly. So, a little bit of beginner tips there. We all know how gem boards work, especially as veterans. We go for it if we need it. I haven't bought a gem board in forever because I got my fairy stars at 35 and above, and that's been comfortably passing everything in this game. So you just save your jewels. Do not stock up on gems for later. If you got a powerful keyblade, stick to it. Don't continue from there, guys. Story quest did that already. Bonus jewel campaign. Basically, they don't give that much jewels, but they do give double the skip tickets, and the skip tickets can really help out, especially in last minute events and trying to fast farm the raid bosses to get all the coins to get whatever special raid boards there are. So gems, jewels aren't that great. 1,300. I really wish they did a little bit more than 1,300. You guys know how I feel about this. It should be at least, hey, you bought our best pack. There should be 3,000 jewels. Here's a free pull for buying our best pack. That sounds kind of cool. The skip tickets are really good for people who raid. Besides that, you don't need them. You really don't need them besides raiding, and if you're at last minute and you got to complete a quest really quick. So that's there. Guilting campaign, guys. If you know what this is, if you're new, go guilt all your medals right now. What does that mean? If you have 7 copies of a medal, you can put them all together. That guilts them. You get a higher percentage at guilt here, so you waste less magic mirrors. This is what you're supposed to be saving your guilts for if you don't need to guilt a medal right away, because max guilting a medal also increases your Nova by 5 depending on the medal. There's special medals that do more than that, but you can't really get them right now. So go guilt your medals. If you guys want to get extra jewels, you can. The weird thing is, let me know in the comment section. I bought VIP on my main account. Do I get that 50 extra jewels somewhere? Or do people that bought the weekly gem, the weekly jewel pack, do they miss out on the 50 jewels? It's not a big deal. It's 50 jewels. I'm just wondering. That kind of sucks. So yeah, that is for today. And now we got, of course, this right here, guys. So I got a couple things to talk about this. One, wow, it's late. I really think when they do these EX deals at Mercy Pull, should have been like a couple months ago. I definitely would have been like, yeah, this is it. But since we're so close to the new medals that are coming out, and since we already have a bunch of medals that do what the Sephiroth does and this Roxas does, it's kind of obsolete. Especially if you guys have Kairi EX or Xion EX, you don't need these medals anymore. Especially that they're going to be replaced, and they are replaced damage-wise. Again, if you guys have Kairi or Xion in your game, if you already pull that medal, and you have any of these medals right here, you're a lot stronger than these medals. The point of these medals and not having Kairi and Xion is that your 0.2 Kairi doesn't have enough buffs and debuffs to do what you need to do, especially if you have extra attack and you copy it. It's just not enough. Where these EX medals, they finish everything up completely for you. You get strength by 5 tiers, power strength by 5 tiers. 0.2 Kairi can't keep up with that. Lowering defense by 1, power defense by 3 tiers, and all that good stuff for the Roxas EX for speed version. They have 11.04 multiplier, and like I said, guys, that's where I'm trying to talk about it, because if you look at it again, these medals right here have a 13.80 multiplier compared to that 11.04. When you have Kairi or Xion, you got to look at your medals multiplier. That's where all the damage is. Don't look at the buffs, don't look at the debuffs. It's how much multiplier they have. The bigger the multiplier, the more damage you guys are going to do. So what does it say about this banner? Basically, if you guys pull for one banner, you have a chance of getting Roxas. So if you're pulling for Sephiroth, you might get Roxas EX. If you're pulling for Roxas EX, you have a chance of getting Sephiroth as well. The odds aren't that high. It's like 0.6% chance. It's not that great. It's a little bit more than that when you put them. But 0.6% chance to actually pull one of these medals. There's more math to it, and there's going to be plenty of people in the description that will tell you the exact number if they want to. But again, it's very, very low. But the Mercy Pull is 5. That's 15,000 jewels for an outdated medal. And I say outdated because we got medals like Final Boss Xion. Like, let's go to my inventory real quick. And when we're looking at stuff like those multipliers, you got to look at medals that you already have. My Final Boss Xion conquers those two medals, and the only reason I'm showing Final Boss Xion right now is because she inflicts 1 hit, and I want to talk about high score challenges and when it comes to MVP medals. You guys know already that a lot of high score challenges, if you have an MVP medal that does 1 single hit, you will do more score than the other person who's using multi-hits on enemies that they're killing in just the 1 hit. So if a medal hits 3 times, and when you see that medal hit the enemy and you only see 1 damage go up instead of all 3, you missed a bit of, not a bit, you missed a lot of score out of that. So when a medal comes that says it deals 1 hit, or it doesn't say it deals any multi-hits, see right here it says where Sephiroth EX raises strength by 1 tier. It doesn't say stuff like Roxas Art. It says deals 4 hits. So we know Sephiroth does 1 big hit. Sephiroth has been an MVP medal for high score challenges for a very long time. That's only if you don't fill your Keyblade up with all percentage medals. If you do all percentage medals, then you don't really have to worry about an MVP medal because you're going to have more percentage. It's better than doing that 1 single hit. Having that extra 14 or 21% is a big difference. So MVP medals aren't as important anymore. You can use medals that do 2 to 3 hits as long as they're percentage medals, and you're totally fine. But if you're someone who's just trying to make the score of 60 million like Warrior of Light, you could have got away with using a Sephiroth for that single hit damage as your MVP for the lower mobs, and then have a Keyblade that finishes off everything else. But the thing is, high score challenges are a lot more difficult now, and medals like this at 11.04 are just not cutting it anymore. So even for high score challenges as your MVP medal, guys, this is kind of obsolete. That whole idea of using that single hit until we get a brand new single hit that has a higher multiplier. And that's where I'm going to get at. So the only thing I see here worth it is that Sephiroth EX, just for the amazing artwork, for the legendary status of how many jewels he took from everybody, and to teach you guys a lesson: don't chase a medal. I know somebody that almost spent 90,000, over 100,000, more than 100,000 actually. I know a lot of people have spent like a grand, more than a grand on trying to pull for Sephiroth EX, and they didn't get it. This is a lesson, guys. Everything becomes available to everyone later on. I know that having the best is the best thing to go for when it's new, because that's going to help you. It's the newest medal. You feel the strongest. But look what happens later on, guys. You missed out. So don't try to go crazy on one medal. Attempt to pull for it. Go for it if you really want to, but don't always try to pull from every single banner, because later on, if you're just going for the artwork, it's going to appear somewhere for a cheaper price. 15,000 to be exact. So With that being said, let's talk about future medals, guys. So we know currently in the game, the best multiplier for AoE medals is these 3 guys right here. What's coming up? So first on the list, which replaces our MVP medal, which I'm looking forward to, is the Armor of the Masters. Or the Master, sorry. HD Armor of the Master. This medal does 1 single hit, and it's got a multiplier of 13.56 once you collect enough Lux in the stage. And I don't think the Lux is that high. I think when you finish like the first group or the second group, it's going to go to that 13.56. Correct me in the comment section what the exact Lux is, or I'll find it online and I'll put it in the comment section or description if I remember. But guys, this is coming up. This was a Mercy Pull in JP. 5 Mercy Pull, and it's got a lot more strength. The only difference is it doesn't have all those buffs and debuffs. But again, if you have Kyrie or Xion EX, you're totally fine. Look at that multiplier. You see where it says Max Guild Special in orange? To the right of it, 13.56. Let me close this down for you guys. Now look to the right of this banner. Damage multiplier, 11.04. You see that big difference from the best AoE medals currently in the game to this multiplier coming out later on for a 1-hit medal that will be part of the high score challenge when it comes out. That's another thing, guys. So think about this. This is only here for 4 days. That's one sneak peek. I got another medal to show you guys. This is only here for like 4 days, I believe the banner is. And we're due for a high score challenge or a damage contest. So there's a pretty good chance that these will be 14% medals, not 21% medals. They might be 14% medals or 10% or some kind of percentage. And if they are, Sephiroth EX is a huge MVP medal. Even if he's not the strongest, clearing the beginning mobs and being a percentage all in one is incredible. The thing is, he can take care of himself without relying on a Kyrie or Xion, but that was before. Now we need Kyrie and Xions to actually buff our medals to kill these level 1000 enemies. So the point is, these can be future percentage medals for the next high score challenge. So take that consideration. And with that being said, do not do anything until the last 24 hours. That's when you make your decision on whether you're going to pull or not, because on Twitter they announce ahead of time what they're going to release the next day after these go out. So just wait it out. Something else might come out better on Monday. Just wait it out, guys. But like I said before, this is coming up. This is replacing Sephiroth EX. If this wasn't coming out, guys, I probably would pull for Sephiroth EX just because how amazing he is. And I still think Sephiroth EX would do a better job by himself if he was a little bit stronger because of all the buffs and debuffs. Like I said, he doesn't need a buffer to take care of himself, but the enemies are so tough now, it's just not possible to do that playstyle. But on top of it, guys, like I said, 1 hit is the best, but here comes a spoiler. This is coming out in the future. Sephiroth EX Kai. It is a tier 8. There is tier 8s in JP now. Most of you guys know that. Most of you don't. You know now. It does 7 power defense down on the enemy and 2 reverse defense down on the enemy with a multiplier of 15.38 with no condition. Inflicts more damage to higher HP. Just don't be hurt. Meaning your first round, if you kill that enemy, you're doing 15.38. This is the best AoE medals in the game, and it's just insane how we went from this Sephiroth to this Sephiroth. So I do like the artwork on this Sephiroth so much more than this one, but it's not the new one. So we are gonna stick to this one. This most likely won't be a mercy pull. This likely will be like a maybe a falling price deal, and I think it's gonna come with its own of those trait medals. You know how Riku has its trait medal right now? This medal came along with its trait medal in the same banner, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the same banner, you had a mercy pull 5 of pulling his trait medal while you're trying to pull for him that doesn't have a mercy. So really good medal. I kind of want to save for this one because 3 hits is good. It's very manageable, and having that big multiplier means I have a new MVP medal that also has great defense down. No general defense down, which is a big problem, but still, that is the first reverse down medal in the game, I believe. I could be wrong too, because currently we only have upright defense down. There's reverse defense down. So There's plenty of other medals coming out with that as well. There's a cloud, and then we got other medals that will be coming. But guys, right there, I do believe that this is bait. It was pretty straightforward for everyone. I just want to give you guys a little future sight of what's going to happen, what's happening right now, especially if you're new guys. This is a total pass unless you really, really want one of those medals. If you really enjoy Roxas and you're a collector, then of course you're going for this. But if you're not a collector and you can live without these are not in the pool system, by the way. These are only here during EX medal deals. So once this banner is gone, there's no way pulling this medal ever again. So this is very collector kind of deal, where if you want to collect the EX medals, here's your chance, which is kind of cool that we only spent 15,000. But the point of collecting, there's really no point of collecting. So that's pretty much it, guys. Whatever you do is your choice. There is 3 Mickey brooms here. Not 3 Mickey brooms. You get 1 magic broom. Sorry, 1 magic broom per pull. So if you're trying doing a mercy pull here, you will get 1 full Fantasia Mickey B for pulling 5 times. Again, that is kind of heavy. 15,000 jewels. My free-to-play count right now is sitting at 58,000. I'm waiting for the anniversary, which is on April. It's less than a month away, so I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to keep saving my jewels. I'm comfortable with what I'm doing. I'm not super passing every quest. I haven't really attempted it, but the quests I'm missing are for gems and not that much jewels, so I'm totally fine not splurging on a bunch of jewels. So I haven't touched this yet, and I haven't touched this yet. I'm gonna do these sometime this week, but I have a 0.2 carry, so I can't really do much in this game currently, and that's why I really highly recommend, if you guys do not have a Kari EX or Xion EX, then I would definitely be saving for Kari and Xion. Do not pull for anything. Wait for anniversary. You guys need Kari and you guys need Xion or some kind of other medal that's going to help you. So if you're new and you don't have one of them, the one that's right over here in the corner, see that 2 in the top there? If you don't own that Xion there or that Kari right there, the 2 top left ones, then don't pull from anything until you see a banner that comes out with them that says Mercy Pull. And it's going to probably cost you 30,000 jewels. Hopefully it's less, but save up 30,000 jewels, especially for anniversary. Since you guys listened to everything I just said here, I'm going to do a lucky pull on my free-to-play account. Hopefully I can pull one right now, just by luck. I don't recommend you guys do this. 1,000 jewels a day is highly unreliable, and you will waste all your free jewels for the month. But here you go. I got 3. See? You see what I mean? It's pretty cool that you get a guaranteed tier 6 or higher, which is nice, but they're not as neat as much, and then you get a bunch of these. So I just wasted 1,000 jewels. There was no point to that. I just wanted to pull on something. There's no point for me pulling on any of this. My free-to-play account doesn't rely on having the best EX medals. I actually don't think I own any EX medals on my free-to-play account, and I was passing everything until they raised the power creep, which they're going to have to fix. So I'm going to camp out with my jewels here. By the time anniversary comes around, I'm going to have like 79,000 jewels, give or take, and we're going to see how much more powerful this free-to-play account's gonna become once that happens. But for now, guys, I hope I gave enough information to make you guys a decision what you guys are gonna do. A little feature site there. There's a lot more to it, but remember, enjoy the game first, guys. If you really want that Sephiroth EX, then go for that Sephiroth EX. If you want that Riku, if you want whatever you want, guys, that's gonna make you enjoy the game, do that first. Because if you're always trying to be the best and have the best, you're gonna get worn out very, very fast. And if you're always trying to get the best thing but you don't have enough jewels, you're going to be disappointed pretty fast. But at least you tried, and that's something that counts as well, guys. So have fun with the game first, and then do everything else. If you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.